Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I was just sitting down to get ready for the day and I figured I'd throw the camera on because I've been using some different products lately and I thought it would be a great opportunity to share them because I'm really loving my daily look. This has been my go-to everyday makeup look for the past few weeks. As you can see, my skin is having a few issues right now, especially on my chin. I keep breaking out on my chin. I think it's like a little hormonal action. I was treating these pimples last night. I just did a mask this morning. I think they'll be okay for the day, but I'm going to show you how I cover them and just how I get a flawless looking face. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, first off, I'm going to use a toner. This is the Pixi Retinol Tonic. I love this toner. I've been using it a lot lately. If you saw my last skincare video, you know that I use toner every morning and every night. So I do run out of toner pretty often, but I had this one on hand and I've really enjoyed it. Let me put a little headband in to get my hair out of my face. So a few weeks ago, Bare Minerals sent over their skin longevity products. They sent this Long Life Herb Serum, this Long Life Herb Eye Treatment, as well as this Long Life Herb Night Treatment. So this I use in the evening, but I have been using these two during the day. So what I'm going to do first is take a little bit of the serum between my hands, rub it together, and pat it into my skin. It's very lightweight, really gentle. I think my skin has been enjoying it quite a bit. Just super refreshing. It has like a lemony mint scent to it. I really enjoy Bare Minerals products, so anytime they send me anything, I put it right into rotation because I know I'm usually gonna like it. And these products were no exception. So once I feel like it's pretty well set into my face, I'm gonna apply the eye cream. I've been doing my best to use an eye cream every day and every night. I try to be gentle. I know you're supposed to use your ring finger, but sometimes it's just a little easier for me to use my middle finger. I always put a little bit in between my eyes and then on my smile line as well. So any leftover product from my eye area, I'll just lightly dab there. Moving into moisturizer, I have become adamant about using an SPF. I know that's one of the most important things to do when selecting products to use on your face, and a lot of my moisturizers do have an SPF in it. If I know I'm going to be out in the sun during the day, I make sure to use one of those, but I'm trying to get better about it every single day. So I recently revisited the Olay Regenerist Whip. This has a broad spectrum SPF 25 in it. I really like this product. It smells really good. I like the way that it wears on my face and under my makeup. And as you can see, it really is like a whipped consistency. I just put a little bit of this on my face and neck and then rub it in well. Protecting my face from the sun is really important, and while I'm trying to get better about wearing SPF products every day, when I am in the sun, I often have a hat on or I try to keep my face in the shade, which is why my face is so much lighter than the rest of my body. Once or twice a week, I will fake tan my face overnight so that I kind of even everything out, but definitely trying to keep it out of the sun. Yeah, you can definitely see these pimples on my chin. This one's just a scar at this point. This one is active. This one, it feels like there's something under the skin, but there's no head. Now it's time for my favorite part, and that is foundation. I started using a foundation that I haven't used in months. I got this foundation back in the fall. I used it a couple times. I liked it, but I was using other products at that time, and just recently I wanted to revisit it. The Clinique Even Better Foundation. It has broad spectrum SPF 15 in it. It's supposed to even out and correct your skin, and it really does. Now between this and a beauty blender application, I think this might be the most flawless face I've ever had. I usually apply my foundations with my fingers or a brush. I don't think I've ever applied them with a beauty blender. Many times I'll apply my foundation and then go back over it with a beauty blender just to kind of even everything out, but applying this directly to my face with a beauty blender is such a game changer. So this is in the shade CN52 Neutral MF. I don't know exactly what it is, one of these numbers. And I'm just gonna take a little of this and apply it right to my beauty blender. Now the only thing that stinks about this is that you really have to wash your beauty blender before you use it each time because the product is definitely gonna absorb. I just start on one half of my face. I'll just do one half so you can see. And I just gently apply all over my face and neck. I would say this is medium coverage foundation. It's definitely not full, but it's certainly not light. It just truly evens out the skin and does correct some of those problem areas. You can see how nice it blended half my face out. I'm gonna do the other side and then we're gonna go in with a little concealer. Oh, goodbye, pimple. There's nothing better than putting foundation on top of a pimple. and watching it disappear. I've been really loving this routine lately because it's just such an easy confidence boost. I mean, even days when I'm just super busy and I don't take a shower until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I'll still get ready and put a little bit of a face on, and I just feel so much better when I do that. And I just love the combination of all these products that I'm gonna use. I'm still shocked that it took me this long to start applying my foundation with a beauty blender. Like, where have I been? I never really liked doing that, but it makes such a difference. All right, we are all blended in to our face and neck. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer. So for my concealer lately, I've been doing things a little bit differently. I'm still using the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear in the shade 2W to kind of cover up any blemishes. So I'm definitely gonna put that on these blemishes and then lightly blend that out. And then under my eyes, I have not been using a really bright concealer, which is what I normally do. I will pick the lightest shade just to brighten up that under eye area. But lately I've been using the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick. This is in the shade Buttercream. Sometimes I put this all over my face, but lately I've just been using it right here under my eyes. A little bit between here, down my nose, and on my chin. And that's it. It brightens it up just enough without making it too overwhelming. And I just go right over that with my beauty blender and blend it in. So I've pretty much completely eliminated baking from my beauty routine, but I do still like to set my under eyes. So this is one of my favorite setting powders. It's the RK by Kiss HD Set and Forget Setting Powder 16-hour Flawless Rub Proof Wear, and this stuff is amazing. It is the lightest, silkiest powder, and I absolutely love it. So I actually just take my damp beauty blender, dab it right into that powder, and then blend it right into my under eye area so that it's set. It just really softens, blurs, and mattifies that area, keeps all the makeup in place. Love this step. So I'm gonna do the other side and just pat it in till it's all gone. Now we have a pretty evened out base, and we're gonna go in with my favorite step, and that is bronzer. I recently picked up a new drugstore bronzer, which I am absolutely loving. If you're in the market for a new bronzer, highly recommend this one. Very affordable. I wish I knew how much it was. It could not have been more than $5. It's the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Sunset Striptease. I am no stranger to Wet n Wild bronzers. I've used them a ton over the years, and I feel like they just give the perfect amount of glow. So I'm going to apply this around the perimeter of my face. Kind of give myself a little bit of a cheekbone here. And then move on down. Same on this side. I pretty much bronze everywhere but directly underneath my eye, so you just want to brighten up the face. Perfect. Okay, so this is my little trick for covering stubborn pimples. A lot of times we'll apply all that makeup and it'll still peek through, but at this point, once that area has been covered with powder, if you go back in with a little concealer, cover it again, blend it again, and then hit it with a little more powder. I find that it blends a little bit better. You're never gonna completely disguise your pimples, especially if they've already been popped and they're starting to peel or dry out. It's really, really hard to cover those kinds of blemishes, but I find that this works best for me. So it's all about working with what we've got and doing our best to disguise. That's pretty much it for the bronzer. Now I like to go in with a little blush. I have to say I've never been a true blush girl, but in recent months, I've just been loading on the blush. I don't know why, I just love it. This is the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Pink Sky Blush. I love this one. You can apply it with your fingers, but I actually apply it with a brush. So I load it on and then I apply it almost to where my highlighter would go. So the apples of my cheek, this whole area. Then I also hit some on my forehead and on my nose. And it just kind of looks like a natural glow, you know? I look like I've been in the sun. I got a little too much color, but I really got none at all. So just hitting these high points here where the sun would naturally hit is my little tip. Yeah, a little on the nose. Great new trick I learned. Pretty sure that was a TikTok trick. Once in a while, I do like to contour. This is my go-to eyeshadow brush. It just has pretty much neutral colors on it. I am gonna dip it in a little bit of a brown shadow and lightly contour my nose. And then go right underneath. This is not a necessary step. This is not something I do every day, but I do find that when I do it, I like the way that it looks. So I'm just gonna, I'm not a nose contour queen by any means. And I'll go in with this cream stick again. A little bit down the middle just to define it. There you go, it's like I have a new nose. For eyes, I've been keeping it incredibly simple. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. brow pencil and just kind of brush them out. I did have my eyebrows microbladed, so they don't need much attention. Once in a while, I'll fill in, you know, any sparse areas. Just a little brow gel to keep them in place. Most days I'm tempted to skip eyeshadow altogether, but I do find that when I put on just a hint of a neutral eye, it really just helps me come to life and it makes such a difference. So this is the palette I've been using lately. It's the Profusion Bare Eyes. I love Profusion products, especially their shadows. This is just the most beautiful palette. It's a bunch of browns, nudes, creams, mauves. The top row is pretty much what I use on the daily. So I'm gonna go in with Heavenly, which is this like mauve-y shade, and just lightly cover my entire lid. Then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Silky and a little bit of Sugar. They're the two lighter colors. Just highlight my lid here. And directly beneath my eyebrow. Then I'm gonna take a smaller little blending brush, take a bit of Zing, which is this like, it's like a reddish brown, and give myself just a little bit of dimension. A little bit goes a long way with this palette. Then I'm gonna take the other side of this brush and just put a little bit of this beneath. I love kind of smoking out and blending that area. Then I'm gonna take a really dark brown eyeliner and lightly line my eyes up top and in that high line if you can. Don't worry about this being perfect. We're kind of going for a smudged look, so you don't have to make a perfect line or anything. I do love a good wing or just like a nice clean liquid eyeliner line, but I have such a hard time creating that half the time I just don't even try. I get much better results with a crayon. I do like to put a little in my waterline. When I get to this point, I just totally feel like something is missing, and it's the lashes. The lashes really tie the entire look together. And there are two mascaras that I've been using lately. I like to pair them with one another, and that's the Maybelline Lash Sensational and then the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift. I did a first impressions and review of this on my channel a month or two ago, and I wasn't loving it as much as I hoped, but a lot of people said stick with it. You're gonna like it as it gets a little bit thicker as you use it more, and they were totally right. I absolutely love this now, and I feel like when I pair it with this, it's just the perfect combo. So I like to go in with the falsies first and do a couple coats, doing my best to not get mascara all over my lid, which often happens. When you do your lashes, make sure you really do coat the top and the bottom, and then always try to fan it out at the end. It's gonna make them look. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the Lash Sensational. This one, I don't really care for this on its own, and the combination is perfect. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my lower. Like, look at how much better that looks after layering the two. Whenever people ask me about mascara tips, I always say layer them. Use two mascaras with two completely different wands. It honestly doesn't really matter the formula. I don't think. It's all in the wand. And everyone's lashes are compatible with different wands. For me, having one really structured comb-like wand with a softer bristle-like wand gives me the best results. So this has been my combination lately, and I really do love it. All right, so my go-to lip is always the same. I have a bunch of pinkish nude mauve liners in rotation that I top with pinkish nude mauve lipsticks. Today I'm just gonna use two that I've been gravitating towards lately. First up is the KKW Beauty Nude 1 Lip Liner. I'm gonna use this to slightly overline my lips. Just a tiny bit. This is, in my opinion, one of the absolute best nude liners out there. I just think it's so natural. It's so creamy. I'm really picky when it comes to lip liners, but Kim knows what she's doing. Then depending on my mood, I'll either top it with the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Liquid Matte Lipstick in Swag. That's probably my all-time favorite. Or I'll top it with a tinted Kula lip balm, which I do love as well. Sometimes a gloss, but today I'm gonna top it with a Pixi product. I had a ton of these liquid lips from Pixi that I never really used. I tried them maybe once or twice. This one is in the shade Matte Beige, and I find it's just like the perfect match for me. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this, apply it to my lips. It's a little bit lighter than the lip liner, but it matches my natural lips so well that it really makes for the perfect natural looking lip. All right, I'm gonna brush out my hair real quick. I washed and styled my hair yesterday, so I'm hoping I can get away without having to do anything to my hair today. I'm due for a hair appointment soon, and yesterday when I washed my hair, I used the Gray Away Temporary Root Concealer Spray, which I absolutely love, but I don't like to layer that product, so while I did use it yesterday and the majority of my grays are covered, I like to go back in with a powder sometimes just to touch up some of the areas that may have rubbed off overnight. This is a Clairol Root Cover-Up Powder, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and put it right here in my part. There's like some grays in here, but it's mostly just white skin. My scalp is just super white, and I feel like when it's really white, it looks more like gray. I also took a long break from makeup setting sprays because I ran out of my Urban Decay and I just never repurchased one. But Pop Beauty sent their Makeup Magnet Mist not long ago, and I really like this stuff. I'm just gonna lightly mist this onto my face. And the look is officially complete. So this really has been my go-to everyday makeup look as of late. There are so many elements to this that I just absolutely love. I can't get over this Clinique foundation. I feel like it really just perfects the skin, smooths everything out, evens it out, has really great coverage without being too heavy. I love this lip, the combination for the mascara, that Profusion eye palette, the ridiculously affordable Wet n Wild bronzer. When you put everything together, it really is a win. So that is it for this video. Everything that I used, I'm going to link in the description box below so you can check it out for yourself. I know I'm gonna get questions about my nails. I did them last night. They are all natural. They're growing so much, and I love the shape. This is honestly like my ideal shape. The polish is Gelish Gardenia My Heart. It's just a really great neutral. I've been very into light pinks, neutral nails lately, which I'm kind of always into, but I find that when I do these colors, they just match my outfit every single day. I really don't want to change up the color, and in turn it's allowed my nails to grow really, really long because I'm not removing them or changing the color as much. But I do miss my live manis. I'm gonna have another one coming at you guys soon. But in the meantime, leave me a comment below letting me know what you'd like to see on my channel. I miss filming so much. It's been a very weird few weeks in the US, just like, it's been a weird couple months to be honest. There has been so much going on. It's a really dark time, kind of sad time. A lot of things are coming to light. A lot of things are just, I don't know. I found that I don't really want to be on the internet too much. I found myself kind of turning back to books or podcasts and just putting my energy elsewhere because it really is a heavy, heavy place. But you can't stay hidden forever. It's good to, you know, stick to somewhat of a normal routine, be informed, but, you know, not let it take over your life. So anyway, I've got to get back into the filming groove. I have a lot of exciting things coming up for my own channel, my business that I'm starting, which a lot of you guys know about. I should do a whole video on that, but all in due time. So thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and if you love this makeup look, because I love it so much. Check me out on Instagram if you haven't. My handle is @_AmandaBella. I also have an account dedicated to all things nails. It's called the Mani Fam. So anyone else who likes to DIY their nails, be sure you give that account a follow. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and I will see you guys in my next video.